كاميرا البريدج النهارده قدام السينما فيلج في Arab American Cinema Week، والنهارده عرض فيلم الشيخ جاكسون. فنانة الايفنت كله بريهان ابو زيد، وهتقول لنا ليه انت عملتي الايفنت بتاع Arab Cinema Week هنا؟
بحكم ان انا بشتغل في الصناعه دي قررت ان انا اخلق المنصه دي واعمل ايفنت زي ده وابذل فيه مجهود ونجح الحمد لله، وبقى فيه اهتمام بيه وبقت الناس تيجي وابتدى اللي هو اسمنا بقى معروف بعد تاني سنه. فالحمد لله يعني انا شايفه ان احنا لازم نوصل للعالم اللي بره ونصدر ثقافتنا ونحكي حكايتنا بنفسنا بدل ما يكون حد بيحكيها بالنيابه عننا في افلام امريكاني بتتكلم عن العرب.
التريلر بتاع الشيخ جاكسون هل هو ينتمي لحياتك باي طريقه؟
والله هو ينتمي لحياة كل العرب صراحة.
For me personally, there is a moment where you're younger and you realize that you are two halves of two different people that you have to be. And so that's kind of where the trailer spoke to me, kind of like a duality of everyone.
I like how it deals with identity crisis and how it deals with people trying to figure out who they are and how they relate to the world. So we're excited about seeing it.
There's been a lot of examples recently that have, of Arab films and even Egyptian films that have gotten a lot of international recognition and got awards. And last year, for instance, at the Berlinale Film Festival, one of the jury members was Tunisian, and another jury for the first director film or award was also another Arab. He was Saudi, and you had a lot of films. We had Ishtibak last year at Cannes, and we had Sheikh Jackson, which we premiered today, was also at Toronto Film Festival. All of those festivals are actually programming a lot more Arab films, so there's definitely a great appeal in the idea of Arab films, and there's a new wave of cinema. There are a lot of young talent and who are actually creating films that are at par with the international cinema, and they're the ones that are being, attractive to international audience. So I totally believe that we can get there if we actually support as an audience, if we support the talent, if we go to those movies, if we talk about them, if we, see the films, and I totally believe that we're gonna get there.
Against the movie productions, and I have to tell you that there are much more movie productions than before.
Yeah.
They're increasing. More of them are getting awards and going to festival circuits around the world. The TV production is another thing, and it's growing all over. Just compare the number of hours of TV production in the States or around the world. How many TV shows are in production now? There are much more. So it's a complete different story. TV producers are different than movie producers. They might cross, but this is a different audience and it's growing. Because there's an audience for the TV, it is there. It happens in Egypt and the Middle East more in Ramadan, but that's another story. But there is more production in TV. But if you compare the movie production, they are actually getting more and more, and we're getting much better quality. There's a generation like Amr Salama, Ahmad Abdallah, and a lot of other directors who happen to be now names known all over the world as film directors. We never heard that before, Yusuf Shaheen. So it was Yusuf Shaheen for many, many, many years, and then no one else, and then all of a sudden we have a whole list of directors. So I think we're moving in the right direction. There's actually a term, they say the post-Arab Spring cinema is actually becoming a very welcome films around the world, and I think it's a true fact. So I'm happy to have more TV productions. I'm happy to have more film productions, and they're both happening. So you should be happy. Thank you so much.
Because I'll tell you what, it's the shortest trip to the Middle East or to the Arab region. If you want to know about Egypt, you don't have to fly there now, and if you're not sure what the culture is about, go see a movie, and you will not only be acquainted with the culture, you're going to fall in love with the people, and you're going to fall in love with the stories, and it's going to encourage you to go to that country.
So there's a great example of that today in the audience. I didn't see just Egyptians. So you believe that there is a market for Arab cinema even with non-Egyptians or non-Arabs? I know this is an Egyptian movie, but you have Arab Cinema Week, non-Arabs in general watching these movies. What do you think?
Oh my God, yes. Last year we had 3 films that had more than 50% of the audience that were completely non-Arab. You know, in the time that we're living right now, there are a lot, and we cannot deny there are a lot of Arab haters, but there are also what I call Arab curious. They're just too curious about this part of the world, and they want to know. They don't want to subscribe to a very hateful message, and you know, they want to learn, they want to know, but they don't necessarily have the, you know, the means to go there, or maybe the courage to go there. So a film or a book or you know, a musical piece can actually introduce them to this part of the world and tell them more about who we are as people. What is our culture? You know, what are our struggles? What do we like? We had a film last year that was called Hipta, and it was purely about love. We all fall in love. We all have difficulties being in relationships, so we can all relate on a very humanistic level, as opposed to just like, you know, focus on the issues that are on TV networks, on the news, basically.
So you mentioned Arab haters and Arab curious. How can Arab haters make that transition? Do they have to like change their diet? Do they eat more falafel? Like, what's the situation?
Have hummus, not hummus.
يعني هي الفترة دي كلها كانت أعتقد جزء كبير قوي من الجيل بتاعنا مر بالتجربة دي، تجربة إنه خصوصا إن أنا من مصر أصلا، فده أغلب الجيل بتاعي كان عنده تجربة من الشكل ده يعني.
أنا كواحد برضو كنت بحب مايكل جاكسون زمان، فاللي هو أنا حسيت
حسيت نفسك جوه الفيلم.
حسيت نفسي جوه الفيلم، حسيت بالشخصية، يعني حسيت الشخصية وحسيت الصراع الداخلي اللي كان بيحصل جوه في التمثيل بتاعهم، فلا يعني بصراحة شابو ليهم.
مرة أشوف فيلم طالع من مصر في فلسفي، في دبث، بيخلي الواحد يفكر في حاجات يعني العامة في مصر يمكن مش بيفكروا فيها قوي.
I think every day is a challenge. Having this dream and fighting for it is a challenge. Being a woman in Egypt and an actress is a challenge.
Well, I think it's great to see someone like Amina here and representing. She's very smart and charismatic, and you know, to see young women here from Egypt representing something like that and a premiere in New York, it's great.
Yep, I agree. It's great to see young women in film. Thanks, Ola.
I'm going to try not to swear. It's hard. It's very hard. And again, I'm very realistic, so who are we kidding? I'm not going to come up here and say life is beautiful. No, it's not. The Me Too hashtag skyrocketed in Cairo. Skyrocketed, unbelievable. My Facebook was like Me Too for days and days and days. It's there, it's existent, but I think what's different now is that more women are speaking up. More women feel powerful. More women are fighting against sexual harassment that happens on the street, that happens in their workplace. Women are starting to feel يحسوا بنفسهم يعني very very empowered, and هنعمل ايه؟ We're doing what we can. We got to stand together and we have to fight this. So
these are conversations that need to be had in our society.
I think the message that I liked most about this film is finding balance in life, and that's what spoke to me most. يعني so.
خصوصا لو انت عايش هنا في امريكا وعشت عمرك في مصر او في اي بلد بره، بتكون عندك الكالتشر هناك والكالتشر هنا، فبتعمل ايه في المواقف دي؟
والله هو بص، انا هقول لك يعني هو دايما انا بحاول انت تعيش الواقع اللي انت عايش فيه دلوقتي مثلا هنا في امريكا، بس ما تنساش الاصل عامل ازاي او الباك جراوند تبقى عامله ازاي، لان من غير باك جراوند مفيش اي.
يعني انت حاسس ان انت بتقدر تحافظ على الكالتشر بتاعك والباك جراوند بتاعك رغم ان انت عايش هنا في امريكا؟
والله ساعات از نوت ايزي، مش هكدب عليك، الموضوع مش سهل.
انا حبيت الرد الصح اللي هو اللي انا اعرفه. انت بتقول لي طبعا بس الموضوع صعب.
لا هو على حسب
يعني بيبقى في كومبرومايز جامد جدا، ان انت محافظ على عاداتك وتقاليدك مع مجتمع
مفتوح، فانت ازاي تبالانس الموضوع اتس نوت ايزي يعني.
جايين افلام تانية غير الشيخ زاكسون؟
ان شاء الله هنا بايتين عاملين كامب بخيمه قاعدين الاسبوع كله.
Yeah, I try to add my own taste into everything. So I adapt from like the old culture to the new style. You know, you have to mix it up a little bit, and that's basically it.
يعني انت شايف ان انت قادر تعمل توازن ما بين الاولد كلتشر والنيو كلتشر؟
Of course, yeah, because when you have like old culture, also you stand out. Like I live in Florida, there's not really a huge Arabic community, so I automatically stand out, and I look at it as a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
I love this film. It's very close to my heart. I've been supporting it from the first day that I read the script, and I looked at Amr, the director, and I said, yes, I'm in. So any chance that I have to support this film, to have as many people come and watch it, to spread the message of this movie as much as possible, I will definitely be there.
I gotta tell you, the movie theater, I don't know if you saw in the back, it was packed. People were standing on top of each other, and no one was complaining once, no matter how hot it was inside or how uncomfortable it was. So that's just a testament of your success. So we're so happy to have you here, and we hope you come back.
Thank you, for sure.
Thank you.